Hello, everyone. Welcome to Durrett's Take. It's finally that time where I go over my March Madness predictions. So, for this one, I'm going to be focusing on the South region specifically. So, let's get started with number one overall seed Auburn versus the winner of Alabama State and San Francisco, PA, who will play in just a little bit from when I'm recording this. No matter who wins this game, Auburn gets the win. I predict it'll be Alabama State, so I'm gonna have Auburn win that game easily. And then there's number 8 Louisville versus 9 seed Creighton. I was shocked to see Louisville as an 8 seed. Like most projections had them anywhere from a 5 to 7 seed. It makes it even more weird that North Carolina was included in the field once I saw this, but I'll get to them later. Louisville gets to play in Lexington, Kentucky, so they will have home court advantage in this matchup. They are a team that shoots a bunch of threes, and they can make a lot of them. If they make like 10 plus threes in this game and shoot at least 37% from deep, Louisville can run away with it. However, if the threes aren't falling and Creighton forces them to shoot contested threes or just more 2-point shots, then Creighton will have the advantage. My gut tells me Creighton, who got underseeded as well. For one, they have the players on the team who have multiple Sweet 16 runs in the last 2 years. Head coach Greg McDermott is used to be in the tournament versus Louisville. It's a new coaching staff, new players. Some maybe have experience or some may don't. It's just a bunch of players who haven't been there together on the ride in the tournament and all that, like Creighton has. So I will take Creighton to get the upset. Not sure if it's much of an upset because 9 seeds and actually be 8 seeds just as much. But I have Creighton winning the game. I have them winning by 2 points, like a 71-69 type of game. Next, we got 5 seed Michigan versus 12 seed UC San Diego. Coming to the tournament, I loved UC San Diego as a 12 seed. That could get an upset. They're the trendiest pick by a lot of analysts. The problem is they play a hot team in Michigan who just won the Big Ten tournament, and they face a coach and players who have tournament experience. It does help that this game is in Denver, and Michigan won't have the rest advantage after just playing on Sunday and then having to turn around and travel to come to altitude. UC San Diego is one of the top teams in the country forcing turnovers, and that's Michigan's biggest weakness as a team. I think Michigan chokes the game away, and University of San Diego, who has never been in the tournament before, will get their first tournament win ever. I have UCSD winning 64-62. Next, you got 4 seed Texas A&M versus 13 Yale. Yale upset an SEC team last year as a 4 seed. If we remember, they upset Auburn last year. Can it happen 2 years in a row? It could. The Aggies have been very up and down over the last month compared to how the season started. However, this Yale team doesn't have Danny Wolf on it, who's with Michigan, and he was their second best player on the team last year, and he kind of really helped them. I think without him, it's just a different Yale team from last year. So therefore, I have the Aggies doing just enough to survive. I have them winning 68-62. Next, we got 6 seed Ole Miss versus the winner of tonight's game between San Diego State and North Carolina. North Carolina is my favorite North Carolina school. I prefer them over Duke, Wake Forest, and State. But with that being said, I was shocked to see them with just one quad one win and get in over West Virginia or Indiana. The committee says UNC was undefeated in quad 2 games, and West Virginia wasn't fully healthy per se. But I won't get into that because that's just a different topic. But the bottom line is the Tar Heels are likely to be in the tournament. With that being said, I actually like them against the Aztecs tonight. North Carolina is a bad defensive team, but luckily San Diego State wants to play more of a defense lower scoring game and not like a high powered offense. So that could bode well there for North Carolina. And then I feel they would have a chance against Ole Miss since the Rebels are not a defensive juggernaut. They just like to outscore people. So in the end, though, I have Ole Miss winning again, just because North Carolina, you got to have a defense, and you just got to have it, and they don't. And then even if San Diego State beats North Carolina and then plays Ole Miss, I still have Ole Miss winning the game. I have Ole Miss beating North Carolina to 84-81 in a high scoring one. 3 seed Iowa State versus 14 seed Lipscomb. The report is Iowa State's arguably best player, Keyshawn Gilbert, would be out for the tournament. This was cost him at some point, but not now. I have them winning easily. And then 7 seed Marquette versus 10 seed New Mexico. New Mexico has made the tournament 2 years in a row under head coach Richard Pitino. Last year did not go well for them. I think they could be more competitive this time around. However, I would favor Marquette's veteran leadership to get the job done and get the win here. I had the winning 72-64. And then last but not least, 2-seed Michigan State versus 15-seed Bryant. If we remember correctly, Michigan State has been upset as a 2-seed before. Back, I forgot what year it was, but it's back when Florida Gulf Coast upset them. But I doubt that'll happen again. So Michigan State, wins easily. So then for the second round, you got Auburn versus Creighton. Auburn will, even though Creighton is just as good a team as Louisville, Auburn will be hoping to see Creighton for that home court thing because they didn't want to have a big Louisville crowd there. So they'll be hoping for Creighton in that aspect. As far as on the plate court goes, I don't think this will be a piece of cake, but in the end, Auburn should pull away late and get the win. I had the win like 82-73. Next, you got 4-seed Texas A&M versus 12-seed UC San Diego. Even if the Aggies have to face 2 double-digit seeds in the first round of the tournament, this won't be a cakewalk for them either. I think this will be battle, but in the end, the Aggies would be just too much for UC San Diego, in my opinion. So I have the Aggies winning 75-66. Next, you got 3-seed Iowa State versus 6-seed Ole Miss. The Cyclones have been resilient all season and playing teams well, even when they're not fully healthy. That's why I expect this to be a close game. However, since they don't have Gilbert, as I mentioned earlier, and Limpsey, we'll see if he's 100% or not, I will take Ole Miss to get the upset here, 70-67. And then 2-seed Michigan State versus 7-seed Marquette. 2 years ago, these two teams actually met in the round 32, and it was Michigan State as the 7 seed that got the win. With the roles being reversed this time around, it's a payback time. Marquette has the players to get the upset, but I'll take the consistency of Michigan State to come out on top, and Tom Izzo gets to another Sweet 16. I'll win 77-64. And now for the Sweet 16 in the East, you got Auburn versus Texas A&M. The Aggies won this matchup just a few weeks ago. However, that was in College Station, and also one of the top players in the country, Johnny Broome, got injured early in that game. I think it's a competitive game, but Auburn finds a way to make clutch plays to win the game. I'll winning 69-66. And then 2-seed Michigan State versus 6-seed Ole Miss. Since Ole Miss can score, that means Michigan State will need to make sure to avoid a bad shooting net, which they can be prone to do sometimes. Good defense alone won't win in this game. I think this is a game where the Rebels look like they should win, but the Spartans come out top and get the big win, either winning 70-68. So then for the Elite 8 matchup in the East, you got 1-seed Auburn versus 2-seed Michigan State. Bruce Pearl versus Tom Izzo is a great head coaching matchup. I think it's a game that will come down to the wire. What this game for me comes down to is who do I trust more in high-stakes situation in the NCAA tournament. I trust the Tom Izzo team more so than a Bruce Pearl team, since Bruce Pearl's teams in the past have choked. So I will take the Spartans to win this game in epic fashion. Plus, I can't have all number 1 seeds go to the Final Four. I can't do that, so I have to pick an upset somewhere, So I have Michigan State winning 70-69. Thank you. So now, make sure to tune into my other videos for the other regions. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day.